Good evening, friends. So today we are going to discuss about law of diminishing returns. Actually, you guys are already familiar with in our level what is law of diminishing returns and all this. So here for the A level point of view, we are just simply discussing what is the law of diminishing returns to scale. So first we have to understand what is the difference between short run versus the long run. So the short run is the period of time in which the quantity of at least one input is fixed and the quantities of other inputs can be varied. So we are assuming that it is not possible to change all the factors of production. In the short run time period means that at least one factor is fixed. For example, we can able to say that the amount of capital or the amount of size of the industry or a firm, it is not possible to change. So that particular thing we are assumed to be fixed in that particular period of time. That particular period of time will be considered as a short run. But in the term long run implies that it is varies all the factors of production. For example, we can say it is possible to change the size of the company even. So here, in the long run is a period of time in which the quantities of all the input can be varied. Then the short run and the long run distinction varies from one industry to another industry. For example, there is no distinct or there is no fixed time for the short run or a long run. For example, if you are taking a chemical company needed at least 5 years to change the size of the company. But for example, in this case of a restaurant, a small restaurant, if you want to increase the size means within few months they can able to do that. So it is varied based on the company and the size. So we can able to say that there is no fixed. The short run is the time it takes to expand in order to operate in a large scale. The long run is the time that takes to start operating on the large scale. That is the difference between the short run and long run. So here, when we are discussing about uh, short run diminishing returns to scale, it will operate only in the short run. Why? Because in the short run we will assume that one factor is fixed and the other factors are varied. So diminishing returns to scale of law of diminishing returns to scale will operate only in the short run. So diminishing return scale occur in the short run when one factor is fixed. We are assuming that here capital is fixed. Here I am assuming that capital means the company size, the factory size. Variable factors of production is the labor. I am assuming that labor is a variable. So here, if the variable factors of production is increased, that means the amount of labor you are employing is increasing from 0 to at least 10 or 15. There comes a point where it becomes less productive and therefore it will be eventually be decreasing the marginal and average product. Actually, there is a particular point. Until that particular point, if you are employing additional labors, you can able to increase your marginal product, average product, and total product. But at a particular point, after employing a particular level of labors, it will start diminishing. That's what we are saying. The returns we are getting it from that one will fall. For example, here, this is because the capital is fixed. The extra workers eventually get into each other's way as they attempt to increase the production. For example, a company can able to accommodate uh, 500 employees. That much is the size of company. But if you are employing 1,500 laborers into that particular company means there will not be enough space for work. So that the same will happen in the case of small restaurant even. For example, a restaurant can able to accommodate only 10 staff. But if you are employing more and more laborers, around 20 staff in that particular thing means surely eventually the productivity of that particular labor will be falling down. That's what will explain. We will explain that one in next slide. This law only applies in the short run because the long run all the factors are variable. In the long run, the company size or the restaurant size is possible to change. So in the long run, we will assume that all the factors are variable. So the diminishing return won't be operate. But in the case of short run, the diminishing return will operate. So here I'm going to explain average and marginal product of labor. So here there's a table. You can see that capital, amount of capital, I assume to be a fixed. I assume to be a fixed in the amount of capital everywhere. You can able to see that yes, this 10, 10, 10, 10. That means 10 unit of capital labor will be capital will we are having. While you are employing one labor, you can see that 10 unit of capital and one labor. The total product is 20. Yes, good. When we are employing additional one more labor, the total product is 54. Like that, if you are increasing the labor from 1 to 8, the total product will increase from 20 to 235. Once you just think from 1 to 2 labor, you are employing additionally one more labor. For example, 0 to 1 labor. The marginal product is the difference between this one, that is 20. Then 1 to 2 labor, additionally you are employing one more labor. The total product is increased by 34. That's why marginal product is 34. So like that, when you're calculating the marginal product, you can get the marginal product like 20, 34, 46, 51, 46, 33, 21, and minus 17. So you can able to see that initial stage, the marginal product is increasing. But from 50 unit onwards, you can able to see that marginal product starts falling. Average product means what? The total product divided by number of units. So when you are dividing it, you can able to get the average product like 0, 20, 27, 33, 38, like that. So here we are going to see some relationship. So everything, it is a law of diminishing marginal returns to scale. So when you are checking about the marginal product starts falling from the 50 unit, you can say that the returns for labor start decreasing. You can able to say the returns to labor starts decreasing. You can see it here until this many phase, the returns from the labor is increasing, but from here onwards, what happened? Returns, we are getting it from the labor, it starts decreasing. When the marginal cost starts falling, total product, we can able to say that marginal product starts falling. Total product is increasing, but at a decreasing rate. Total product is not decreasing, it is still increasing, but at a decreasing rate. Then when the marginal product is greater than the average product, we can able to see that, check until the 4th unit, marginal product and average product, when you are comparing, which one is greater? Marginal product is greater. So marginal product is greater than the average product is increasing. When the marginal product is less than the average product starts falling. So this is the law of diminishing marginal return. When you are employing an additional employees, you will first phase what we will get. We will get a return, increasing returns to scale. Output will increasing at an increasing rate. Then after a particular point, what will happen? The marginal return starts falling. Why? Because there is at least one factor is fixed in the short run. That's why. So when you are checked to the diagram, you can able to see these things. So here comes the diagram. When you are seeing this one, you can able to say the curves are derived from the data in table 1. Note that diminishing marginal returns set in before the diminishing average returns. First, which one will be starts falling? Marginal returns only will first. Which one will be start falling? Marginal. Then average. Then only what happened? Total product will starts falling. Note that the marginal product curve cuts the average product curve at the highest point. You can see that marginal product curve will cut average product curve from at the highest. When the average product is maximum, marginal product will cut the average product curve. Then you can able to see that marginal products curve touch the horizontal axis, total product will become maximum and total product starts falling. So this 3 phases are there. First phase, we can able to say that output will increasing at an increasing rate. Second stage, output will increasing at a decreasing rate. We can able to see that when the marginal product starts falling, total product is increasing but at a decreasing rate. So that's what, for example, from here to until here, we can able to say that yes, it is increasing at an increasing rate. But when marginal product starts falling, you can able to see that total product is increasing but at a decreasing rate. When the marginal product is negative, total products will start falling. So increasing return, constant return, and diminishing returns. So this is called the law of diminishing marginal returns to scale. I hope you guys will understand. And I will upload one worksheet based on this one in our Google Classroom. Thank you.